Hello. I'm just waiting for everybody to join us. Hi, Janet. Janice, can you hear me okay? I'm having some issues, of course. It wouldn't be a start of a show without issues. And I'm not sure if you can hear me okay. So I'll wait until somebody tells me if you can hear me. Yes, no problem. Awesome. Okay. So, yeah, I'll wait so that I can explain. I'll explain this in just a minute. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Connie. Oh, good. Sometimes I just wonder about this equipment. Well, happy Friday, and we're back. Okay. Uh, for those of you that ordered the kit, we figured out this whole situation. So you guys are on the lucky receiving end. And what happened on the website, um, Emily that packs our kits, she did a phenomenal job. Everything was correct except it was what I put on the website was totally wrong, but you guys are going to benefit from this. Let me tell you. As we were working last night, remember the okay, we had this is acetate, not acrylic, acetate. And in that acetate, this comes in the acetate comes in the completely other package that we sent you, ephemera. And then there's the chit chat. That's correct. You guys were supposed to get the odds and ends, which are the fun, happy pieces that I put on the website. And I put down, though, that you were going to get the ephemera, not these cute little odds and ends, but you are going to get them. So what's going to happen? Because you need these cute little houses. That's what makes this book. And I know you're going to see when Jennifer on hers, that's what made her book. We are sending those out next week. So we sent back all of the wrong ones and stuck these in the warehouse and sold them instead of putting in your kits. So these are going to be sent out to you on Wednesday. Doodlebug is going to have them to me by Wednesday because we need these for decorating on every single page. So we're going to do our matting tonight and we'll go back next week and get our, I'll get these on. I don't have them either to put on with you at all. So actually, the date for this will be the 25th, and we'll get these put on, but we will get them sent out to you. But tonight, we're going to go ahead and map the pages in our book, and we're going to just start from the front here. Chit chat. Well, no, there's chit chat, odds and ends, and ephemera. Well, it's called ephemera. I threw it in the garbage. Now it's gone somewhere. Anyway, um, it's on the website, and that was correct. She packed it 100% correct. It was me that wrote it up wrong. But we got the correct ones, and then we told Allison they were the wrong ones. We sent them back. So it's all straightened out, and you need them. So you're going to get them. They'll be here on Wednesday, and they will go right out as soon as they arrive. But let's go ahead and get the matting. At least the papers are all correct, and you got an extra pack of ephemera. We're going to start by doing the insert that goes on the front of page 1, and it looks like this. Now remember, this is smaller. I made the album bigger for the tutorial, so measurements, it's going to look a little different when we put it together. And we're going to start with the insert. And our insert was 6.5 by 12. We did the score line, so we have the 4-inch fold over. I'm just going to flip that down. And I did already cut the papers. Move the page pieces. Well, I mean the page matting, so we don't get those mixed in. But I don't want to lose them. So What we're going to do is we're going to start by cutting into the red and the blue textured cardstock that is Doodlebug. And we'll be using the white, the town people with the blue on the back. Then you're going to be cutting off of the cut aparts, the journaling ones. And I'm using the July because that's the beginning of my book. So you'll cut this off, and then you do have this bottom that you'll just put aside. We are going to use a little piece of this for the insert. And I don't know now if I am going to use it, and I'll show you to put on the page because then we cut into one of these. And we have two of these. Actually, no, because we end up cutting into this piece anyway. So we're going to use this for the rest of our matting. So when you cut this off, just slice off, cut these guys off, the July and the bottom. We're going to still use this. So you have two, so you don't want to feel bad about cutting into them. Now, when you get this all cut out, the border, we have to cut this down. So I start by taking 1/8 of an inch off of each side until it comes down to 2 7/8 by 7 5/8. Now I did take more off the top and bottom than I did the sides. So on the top and the bottom, I believe I took 1/4 of an inch. And then your 1/8. Because you want to cut your blue strip at 3 1/8 by 8 or by 7 7/8. Then this will come out to be the what did we say? 2 7/8 by 5, 2 7/8 by 7 5/8. And we're going to do the matting on this. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. And then we will measure after we put this down to get our matting on the right hand side so that it looks like this right here. Now I did leave this as a pocket, just a tuck space, just one of those tuck pockets, so that you can go back and tuck in all the extra cut aparts in this line that are so cute that you want to journal on. Now for the top, we have the blue matting behind. The white is just the white speckled cardstock that I built the book with, and that's going to be placed on top of the red matting to get our red, white, and blue. These cute little things will come. Of course, I think we have these in the chit chat. Well, hi, Tiffany. Well, Tiffany, you need to go get some rest. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down this piece right on top. And we're going to glue it all the way down. Yeah, we want to get this cute, 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 cute album done. And then I'll actually be, oh, this one looks terrible, even though it was washed. See, after you wash them for a while, they start to they look a little bit homeless. I will actually be gone some of next week. So I'll be up at a retreat house and looking forward to that. So I won't be able to be live next Thursday and Friday, but we will be on Tuesday, and I'll give everybody time to catch up. And to get your odds and ends out. Odds and ends, that's what they're called. I got it. Odds and ends. So now you've got all three of them if you bought the kit. Now we're going to just glue this down on three sides to the left-hand side of our photo of our mat. So this is the side I want to leave open. So my thumb is always at the spot I want to leave open. That'll be our little tuck spot. And I'm doing 1/8 of an inch borders, 1/8 of an inch on the side, top and bottom. Now it's important that you measure because it's going to depend where you place this, but mine came out to be 3 1/4, and again, it'll be 7 7/8. So I cut mine at 3 inches by 7 7/8. And that just sits to the right. They should match top and bottom. Goodness. Ah, maybe too late. I'm past that window. No, we're good now. It was a little off center, but we got it. Okay. Now the top is from the border. So we want to cut this border strip, and this is going to come off of the border strip. I didn't do a full matting because the white speckle is so pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that top strip. I want some of the blue showing. I'm just going to go to the top of the red. So we'll leave that for something else. And then I'm going to cut this at 6 3/8. So I'm going to show you too. I got this all scrubbed up. Have you guys ever used, and I threw the box away too. Oh no. Have you guys ever used one of these? Scrub Daddy? And I didn't get it wet. And I'm telling you what, I took this. I've I've seen these. I've never really thought they were that great. You guys, these are the most phenomenal things for scrubbing with alcohol, your stuff. I put this here and see those grooves? I put it right in there and using it dry. I cleaned the track. Me and my cutter are friends. If you know, last night we weren't friends. We're friends now. So you know what? You need one of these in your craft room. Grubs the glue right off. I use it dry. You're going to love it. You need to get one. Just hop on to Amazon and get a Scrub Daddy, and you're going to have a nice clean table. I'm telling you. Remember the trouble I was having? It cleaned all that gunk off of my cutter. Hi, Diane. Oh, and also we did get the winners for the fun acrylic pieces cut by scrapping under the influence. and I will announce those after our show. Okay, I did round the corners to match, and so we'll put this one down. Is everybody enjoying the nice hot weather? It was pretty steamy today. Okay, let's go ahead and close the lid. And I'm going to do the top. And our first layer will be the blue. And this is going to be 3 7/8 by 6 3/8. And let's round our corners. Whoops, I used the big one. Lay it down this way. Oh, it was terribly hot here. Then this is going. Oh, I guess he was just a little piece hanging out with us. All right, we'll put him over here. Then we have the red. And it is a little different size. It's 5 1/4 by 3 1/8. Now, of course, you can make yours any size, but mine's 5 1/4 by 3 1/8 so that it fits nicely in that 4-inch square. 2 7/8 by 4 7/8 for the photo. And we'll put our photo mat on top of the red cardstock. Now, I need to put this over to this left-hand side. And we will leave him open, but I put it more to the left so there's room for him. And I only leave 1/4 of an inch here on the left-hand side. And then you want to bring it up to the top about 1/4 of an inch so we can put the saying from our sticker sheet, proud to be an American, on there. And for the back, we have the red plaid and the polka dots. The polka dot did come off of this piece. What I did from the bottom is where I cut that from, no, I did not. I cut it from the side. I didn't want to lose any of this. So we're going to cut it from the side, and you'll need to do um, kind of a measurement. So the main piece is going to be 5 by 7 and 7/8. Then when you get that, we'll put that down here in just a second. When you put that down, you're going to measure the spot. So mine comes out to be 1 1/4 by 7 and 7/8. And it just depends on how much of the white spacing. You might like yours to be 1 3/8, but I cut mine down to 1 1/4 by 7 and 7/8, and then 5 by 7 and 7/8. Or you could cut this piece at 5 1/8 by 7 and 7/8, and then the 1 1/4, and you wouldn't quite have the white um, border around the strip. And one other thing that I'll do when I get the not the ephemera, the bits and pieces, I will go through and pull everything out, and I'll photograph it for you so that we don't have to go like this and keep going through everything, okay? Because I know this is a pain when you're watching me. You don't want to watch me go through all this stuff. And I hear it. I get you. So I will pull everything out before we're live again to do the decorating, and I will pull out every single piece because there's, as you've seen, there's so much that you get. And then we'll go back. I'll take a photo. I'll post it over on Scrapbookers, excuse me, of Country Craft Creations, and then you'll be able to look at it and pull the pieces from each pack that you need. So we're set him aside. No, actually, I'm going to put him back in the original. Then we're going to do the matting with the red. Again, we have a photo mat. Oh, and we need to do this little piece with the stars. And your stars is going to come from here. This is the fun part too. It's where our album starts to bulk out. So we need it, see this 1/2 inch space, just a 1/2 inch right there. So all we need to do is to cut. And you can choose, again, we have 2 of these. Okay. Main thing is we keep this 8 inches long. So I'm just going to take, I'm going to take these 2 border pieces off. Whoops. My cords are getting tangled. Now my page is 7 inches wide. Oh, I cut the wrong one. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? Maybe we will use that one. We're supposed to be using it from here. But you know what? Um, so go ahead and get yourself a 3/4 inch of a strip. Just cut off of here. We're going to cut it anyway. So let me cut the correct one. We are going to cut it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my 3/4 by 6 7/8 off the top. I know those are such fun little journaling. And we're going to pop it in here. And it is 7 7/8 wide, long, or wide. And there goes the camera. So let's get that fixed. Okay, I'm gonna stop my camera for a minute so that I can fix the autofocus. It was off. I don't know why it's on. And you should still be able to hear me. And we're actually waiting for our we're actually waiting for fiber optics because they're putting them in our streets, and it's going to be a better, faster internet, they say, for streaming. Okay, are we better? Okay, see, I have to turn the camera off in order to fix at the controls because it keeps telling me my camera's in use. There we go. Let's see if that helps. Okay, let's glue this down in. Mine's a little bit wider. You only need about 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch. I don't really measure when I do that. I just cut him off. Wow. I noticed in this warmer weather, this glue is like drying instantly. Okay, the front of our page. Our pages are actually 8. They're the full length of our page is 8.5, but we took away that 1/2 inch, so we only need an 8-inch length, and they are 7 inches wide. So the matting, which is your heart piece, we're using the back side. It is 6 7/8 by 7 7/8. Then we have a blue photo mat from your blue paper in your kit, or if you're using um, a different, your own paper. This is 4.5 by 6.5, and then 4 by 6 is the white that I'm using for my photo mats. We do have a few kits left in the warehouse. So when you order your kit, we're not going to remove the ephemera that was wrong. Just so you know, you're going to get all 3 packs, but we won't ship it out till the right ephemera arrives. Your chit chat, not your chit chat, your bits and pieces. So I think there's 2 kits left. Such a fun project for summer. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the top layer first, and then we'll mat this, and then we'll put it down on our page. Okay, and then once again, I went up to the left. I went 1/4 of an inch from this left-hand side and 1/4 inch from the top. That way the cute little house, your little scene will fit there. Okay. Right now it looks so bare until we get our cute little people there and it comes alive. Like I said, it's like it just comes alive like like a doll when you're making the dollhouse and stuff. Okay, one thing we did not put during the tutorial is our flip here. So we want to make this right now, and we didn't make it. It's 4.5 inches by 8.5. So we need to cut that and create the flat for our family fun that will go there. That bicycle, do you remember I showed you where we cut that from the front? We're going to put this there. So everything wants to flip and flap, and I'm trying to pick it up and move it. So 4.5 by 8.5. Yeah, that's long enough. And now we want to just score that. You can score it at either 4 inches or 1/2 inch, whichever side is easiest for you. Just so we just want it to be 4 inches. And depending on, your cut, I would go ahead and score it at the 4 so that you have a full 4 inches to the left. And I am going to mat this before we put it down. I just think it's easier. Whoops, let me turn that backwards. I just think it's a lot easier. So we're going to still use some of the same papers that we used on the front. And I'm going to use this piece for the front of the little flap. And we are going to cut that at 6 1/4 by 3 7/8. And so we're going to use that border strip again here in just a minute. So after laying this down, you're going to want to take a measurement. A lot of measuring when you're doing piecework, kind of like quilting. So the bottom is 2 inches, and you can decide what you want to use here out of these border strips. So I'm gonna start from this bottom and go up 1 7/8 of an inch, and then we'll cut it 3 7/8. Let me show you. And 1 7/8. That will give you kind of a nice border at the top of all the colors. Then the cute fireworks, and 3 7/8. And that will be right there at the bottom. Whoops. That's why I always hold it in the center. Judy, isn't it just adorable? Okay, I want to now get the sheet. Oh, they're over here. So you got a couple of cut aparts, and you have tags. Okay, in your kit, you only have one tag, by the way. So if you're going through here thinking you were supposed to have two, there is only one. There it is. I think that's, yeah, that one's it. So you're 3 by 4. This one's called Summer Celebration, and I'm using the one Summer Fun up here at the top. So we are going to cut that one out. Oh, Judy, that's wonderful. Congratulations. You're getting promoted. What a fun place to find out. Whoops, let's take this bottom off. Now I'm going to grab my blue piece and just trim that up a little bit here. And then 3 1/8. Oh, it's a boy. There, she's far enough along, you know. Awesome. So now we're going to do 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Now, do they live close enough that you'll be able to um, see the baby often? Or are you going to have to go to Hawaii to see the baby? Because that sure would be fun too. Um, now I want, let's see, a little bit more. There we go. The border there, it's not quite centered. And I am going to take just a little bit off the sides here, because I do want a little bit more of the blue showing. So I'm just going to trim a hair off of each side. Oh, that's awesome that they live close. There we go. I like that better. I could have cut the blue bigger, but I didn't. So I don't want to cut another piece, so we'll just do it this way. All right, let's put our cut apart on the matting. Now, if you want to use any magnets in this book, you can. Like on this flap, I did not. But if you do want to use magnets, you're going to want to put it down, of course, before you do the matting on the inside. Okay, now I did put this at the top. Now here's one thing. If you have your kit and you have your chit chat, you do want to get out your word family, because you do need the word just to make sure you have enough space. If you put it down too far, then your family will have to come down, and I wanted it in the red. So I'm going to put family down first, and it is the silver foil. I just love it. And I did talk about this. Inside, you're not going to want to pop anything up, only because it'll get a little bit bulky if you do. If you like that, that's fine. But I'm not going to use any foam on the inside here. Well, no, I take that back. I did use some foam, but you don't want to use it on every single page. Like where this, I'm going to use it on the next page. You won't want to use it on this page, or it'll kind of be too thick in there. Okay, now I can put this down confidently. Do you know what I just love about this group? Is sharing the life milestones. Like Judy, you've been around with us for a long time, and now we get to hear you're going to be a great grandma. And that's kind of exciting, that we get to share that with each other, because that really is exciting. Sometimes, yeah, I think about it because I have granddaughters old enough, but then I think, no, because that means then I'm getting older. I don't mind getting older. I just mind time going by so fast. Okay, I'm going to miter the corners. flip it over and let's mat the inside before we put it down. So the inside matting is going to be from, let me get a page for it. It's the little blue dots of from the stripes. Now we're going to use this for the back side here, and then we're going to use the stripes for the inside. So we want to cut this 3 7/8 by 8 3/8. I'm just going to take a quick measurement, but I believe we cut the second one the same. Yes, we do. So let's go ahead. We're going to cut 2. And you'll have to keep us posted. You must know somewhat of a due date. If Mama knows it's a boy, but that's fun. Now you can get crafting. You got lots of little crafty things that you're going to have to make. Let's see, an album. You're going to, baby's first year. You're going to be busy. 8 3/8 is the length. Now, these will not go to waste. Of course, nothing will go to waste because these become our photo mats. So we need to keep those handy. And why don't we just, while we have our cutter out, I'm going to cut mine down, and mine are going to be 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then we'll use white. We're going to get those cut. And I won't have to pull my cutter over again. And I cut the white, yep, at 3 by 3. Oh, that's going to make the holidays even more special. What a wonderful time. Well, any time is wonderful, but that just makes the holidays even more special. Okay, our pages are now ready to be put together here. We're going to set the stripe part aside, the stars down here on the inside. So if you want a magnet, you're going to want to put it here now. Just put it in the center and then you'll match it up in a minute. I'm not using a magnet. I'm just letting mine flop in the breeze. Okay, I'm going to grab that cut apart with the bicycle. Oh, goodness. Oh, and so they're here to see. That's awesome. That definitely is a privilege that many don't get. So I am so excited for your family. And we don't think of it like that, but what an accomplishment um, to raise your family into great, great. That's awesome. My husband's family, mother and dad was like that. They got to see because they were in their 90s. Oh, I don't have it. It's a postage stamp that we'll be putting up here. So now it's time to add this to the book. Okay, and let's burnish the score line we created. Now this is just going to match up. Well, let's put you back where you belong. Let's just match the flap, top and bottom, to the far right hand side. I got glue snuck out. Okay. We don't need those. We just need this. So if you have a magnet here, you're going to want to match that magnet. Otherwise, the stripe diagonals go down next. Just making sure it's the right size. Okay. Put our photo mats together. We already cut these down. Let me see some. These just look so small, but they're the same size. I wanted to match them to the original book. Looking at them, it's like, wow, these are small, but they're the same size. Okay, one for the top. I'm just using the stars basically to line up my sides. For me, I have 2 rows of stars. Um, oh yeah, I use this is looking white. It's the speckle white, but plain white artisan is great, Judy. Oh, this book's going to look good in any color. You could use the red, the navy. It's going to look great. And white, I just love this white with it, the speckled, um, or the plain white too. Okay, we're just going to place these. And then again, we'll have the Coca-Cola bottles here and ice cream cone here when we get the odds and ends in. I'm not really doing any. I have a half inch at the top and bottom. I'm You can definitely do a measurement or use your spacers. But I'm just doing the eyeball. I do want to line those up. Now, there's actually, I get over ambitious here and thinking, oh, we'll get this all decorated tonight. No, we won't. Or are matted. So we probably have 3 more sessions with this. I always do that. I get all excited and think, oh, we're going to get it all done one night. No, we're not. Wishful thinking. Okay, now we want to cut a 2 7/8 um, piece of our stripe. That's going to come off of here, and it's 8 3/8. So on this one, I'm going to cut my 8 3/8 first, only because I'll have a bigger piece, a bigger matting piece. And then, what did I say, 2 7/8? Let's do a remeasure here. Yes, it is 2 7/8. And I'm thinking we might trim it down. Oh, no, maybe not. We just make sure. Nope. 2 7/8 by 8 3/8 is good. And then we'll have the Coca-Cola cooler down here from our odds and ends when they arrive. And you guys will have those scents separate. Now, what I'm thinking will be fun is definitely use this just as your summer book for family get-togethers, building up to your 4th of July and then Labor Day, or even Memorial Day leading up through all summer. Because a lot of times I don't have a lot of different summer albums, but it's fun to definitely have some summer memories recorded. Okay, I'm just going to set him aside because we'll do that later. And we're going to do the front of our album, and we are going to continue using this sheet with our borders, but for this we're going to want to use, it's a plaid. And yeah, it's going to be that blue one. Oh, well, let's go ahead and grab our fireworks. I know we're going to be using some of this, and then we want the fireworks that are on this plaid. So if you wanted to use this plaid, you could if you don't want to cut into this. And then we'll do this. I think I'll do the same thing. So I'll do a little switcheroo here so that we don't, so that I don't mess up that other whole sheet just for this little plaid. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is the cut apart. Sorry. That's right. This is on here. Let's celebrate. This is the cut apart. Then the border. We don't even have to cut a sheet. That makes it even better. Then we have our fireworks. And remember, you should have, just now from cutting, you should have this piece. So we're going to use this. Judy, you weren't here in the beginning. Um, you're going to get a pack of what they call the ephemera, which is all of the fun acrylic, no, acetate. We got that worked out last night, I think. You're going to have the wrong packs. It was correct on the website. It was not correct according to my tutorial. So you're going to get, which is a bonus for you, because these things are awesome. I absolutely love these journal pieces. You're going to get this package in your kit along with this. We got it all figured out today. So Doodlebug has sent the Chit Chat, which is, no, the odds and ends. These names are killing me, which are these cute pieces, but I'm going to send them out separate. They'll go out Wednesday when they arrive. Okay, so you will have these, but look, it's not a great loss at all. You get extra. You guys made out great with this kit. Now, for future kits on there, it won't have that because of the price. So that was just a mess up on those first ones that went out. And I need to fix that on the website. But just so you know, they will come. Okay, let's cut out these cut aparts here at the bottom. And I know you guys are just going to love this paper so much. You two are going to go crazy with it. And you're going to use every bit of everything. It is so adorable. I know Jen just posted her tutorial. She did a big mini album with it. She too was like me. We just went crazy. It was so cute. Okay. So, this I did make bigger. So let's go ahead and let's grab we had some of those pieces of blue left over. I'm going to take the red. So I'm going to go ahead and do this a little bit different. I'm going to do the back in red. And we'll put this down. But let's go ahead and cut out our border strip. And for that, I use this bottom piece, the flags. And it is 4.5 inches. And I wanted the flags. And then these little stripey things at the bottom. And then we'll cut those at 4 3/8. So I want to put this down first. And then we'll measure the top part for the red. So I do have a question. When when we do tutorials, does it help you to do all this matting, or do you like to just go back through and look at the pictures and figure out what was put down? Or do you like to do the matting too? I've always, oh, I don't know. Could you guys hear Wilbur? I don't know. Can you guys hear him when he barks with my headset on? Hey, I'm just full of questions tonight, huh? Okay, so the first question was, do you like the matting, step by step, and can you hear the dogs? So this is 3 inches, and this is 4.5. Oh, you can hear the dogs. Well, we bought Wilbur a vibrate no bark collar. It's not a shock collar. So we're going to cut this at 2 7/8 by 4 3/8. And I think it has just arrived. And so Wilbur, I don't want to put it, but it's just, you know what? It's just a vibrating. Oh, okay. A yes and yes. Well, Wilbur will be wearing his new vibrating, as my husband said, be quiet collar. But he just is naughty out back. Okay, we're going to cut this down because this is 2 7/8, right? And oh, he is awesome. I love him, but he is naughty. So I'm going to start by putting this at 2 7/8 because we don't want it that wide. Then I turn it and cut it at 2 3/4. I'm not worried about side by side. We're going to see how that looks. But he barks at everything in the backyard. Nope, we got to take some more off. And let's take 1/8 of an inch off of the left-hand side and the right-hand side. But we don't want to get rid of that awesome blue plaid. Because if you're working with me, I just don't want to be you guys to be bored. Well, if you're in my backyard and we're playing ball and the cute little neighbor kids go running by and he's barking at them, no, that's not a good reason. Now, he won't wear it at night or in the house. It's mostly just um, out back. And also, he screams at the other beagles. So, but it's a vibrate, no bark, and hopefully it will work. There we go. I like that. A little different than the first one. That's okay. And then I will have the word fireworks from inside of here. It's red. I won't put it down. I'm just grabbing one. So fireworks will go here if you want. Or we may put blue. I mean a white one instead because we have the red now. But we'll do that when we decorate. Okay, so let's put down our 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. Oh yeah, if they bark at night, the beagles, they're in the house while we're sleeping. Oh yeah, security cameras get checked, lights go on because, um, and they don't usually bark. They'll bark in their sleep once in a blue moon. We wore them out so much last night playing ball. Wilbur, he did. He woke up in his sleep barking, scared the pants off of us. Oh yeah, nobody will get past us, past this house with 3 beagles. We had a wolf mix. Janice back in the 80s. She was a tundra wolf, husky, white, and she's beautiful. She didn't really bark either, but she had that growl. It was deep, and it was like, "Don't you come near my family because I will eat you." I mean, otherwise she was very friendly. Otherwise, she was going to eat you. And she wasn't kidding. Okay. Um, I used the plaid before, but I'm going to see if this is long enough. No, because I do like to try and use up some scraps first, um, but let's do a little changeroo here because I don't really want to cut into this time. And so I'm going to put the floral here. In the other one, it was the red, red, and it's such a small piece that I don't want to cut into a big piece. And I'm just going to cut this at 5/8 of an inch by 4 3/8. You know, my daughter-in-law, my son, they have a German Shepherd, and it doesn't really bark either. Did I use the big one? I used the big one. Oh, guess what I just found? The red plaid, guys. But you know what? I didn't use red before, so I am going to still use the posies. Well, there's your red plaid. It's on the back side. How come? What's on this one? Oh, it was the blue plaid. Get my colors straight here. But I'm going to use the floral. Too much red going on for that spot. All right, I'll put my little card back in. We're going to flip that over, and I just did the back in the fireworks that we're going to cut. All right, let's put the chair up. There we go. It keeps falling down. I don't know. I need to find a good office chair. So 5 by 4.5. So that's where we'll start at 4 3/8. No, we won't. We want to cut. No, that's fine. I want to get the best use of the paper. So 4 3/8 by 5 and 6 by wait. Um, I do like it better, Janice, but the company, I don't. They're not here anymore. She sold it. It might be. I don't know. You can look, but I know for wholesale because I bought them and would sell them. I do like them, but let me show you something. The needle part that's in here, up in the cap. Well, this can happen. It came out of the lid. And I've got to get Rick to pull this out. It bent the tip. So this will come off and I can change this, but I don't have a tip now. I mean, I don't have the, see, I don't have it in there anymore because it's here. It comes out. I don't know how they've attached it, but it won't come out. Yeah, we've had these for a long time, and as they're going away, but you know what I do like? I do like these, and we sell these. I do like these. And I haven't had to put a needle in there. I forget to use the little guy because you have to keep refilling him. But it's a nice little bottle, and there's 2 to a package. And I'm on camera, so it won't work. I haven't used it in a long time. But anyway, yeah. So that's one of the downfalls of it. And the second downfall is they're no longer available. for retailers. Like I said, I don't know when the lady that she's owned it a long time because I had met her when I first opened my store 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Um, you know what, Tiffany? We have tried pliers. We've tried pliers. We've tried. So don't tell me art glitter glue. Oh yeah, I won't throw it away. Don't tell me art glitter glue does not work on metals and stuff because it's okay. Rick was even pulling at it. It ain't coming out. That's how it got bent. There's some superpowers going on in that glue bottle. So I'll pour the glue out, put my art glitter glue back on. Yes, it's not wasted. That's for sure. So cute, so cute. So I left that plain for a photo. Now this top piece is going to be created from this right here. And the bottom is bigger because of our photo mat. And we also want to cover this guy up. And so let's cut the red first, which is going to be the 4.5. So it comes up into the middle. And this is going to be, we're now working with just a hair under 6 inches because we created that. And we need the sheet that has the solid red heart. Well, it's red on red right here. And then it has flags on the front. And we are going to cut that a full 4.5 inches. And we want to cut it at 5 7/8. Here, this kind of makes it deceiving. Then we're going to have a photo mat. And it's going to be 4 by 5. I don't want to lose my ruler. And I cut it from the blue. Solid. So this is my second piece. And 5 inches. And then we will need to cut white. Let me put all my cut pieces here. I'm just looking for my white piece. I need to grab another piece. Okay, so that's 4 by 5. And so we want to cut this at, I'm going to cut this at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so that's going to go there. We'll have the little puppy jumping off when we get that. And then I did cut a 1 inch from that leftover strip. The one that I told you to keep a hold of. and by 5 7/8. So let's grab the cutter. We'll keep it here for just a minute. 5 7/8, and we're going to cut 1 inch. Now, before I put this down, because it's just so much easier, we're going to grab our sticker sheet. We're going to cut that here in a second. So this will go here, this will go there. This is going to go here. Then we're going to fill up this spot with the blue. Now from my sticker sheet, I'm going to use this doodly-doo right here. So I'm just going to cut it right off of my sticker sheet. Save those pieces. Now that one, that's right, that was harder to cut. So I did cut, I'll show you the strip of red with it. That's right, then I'm going to just pull that back a ways for just a minute. Tuck it under your cutting bar. And let's go ahead and cut this at 5 7/8. Then we'll just put, well, it'll work better here in a second. Because this thing was a little bit of a booger. And you're going to see why in just a minute. You're going to be like, I don't want to use it. Because we have to punch the holes out. Okay, then we'll just fold that backwards and save that for later. But you guys see all these little white things? You have to take them out. Isn't that crazy? So with the pokey tool is probably your best bet. And what I did is I pushed it against my finger, and that seemed to work the best for me. Because I tried to take it off while it was on the sticker sheet, and all I did was tear it. When you do the matting inside the back, well, you mean this matting this is artisan, and the red, oh, the red and blue, Judy, that's actually the doodlebug textured, but you can use the artisan red or navy. Actually, navy doesn't go that great with this for matting, I didn't think. And if you purchase the kit, that matting paper is in the kit. Okay. Now see, you got all these little herpy thingies on you. The white is just the artisan we built the book with. So this is the speckled white, and if you're using white, just use white. Sorry, I have to get these all off or we're going to get them stuck. These things are crazy. But I can see why the die didn't cut them out. But I found this is easier to put down now because, let me show you. It's the exact same length, and you do want to dot some glue here and there. Just a little bit. Or you can actually make it a little bit longer and then cut it however you like. I didn't want it to look perfect. It just looks like little doodle bugs. But it's not the easiest little thing to put down. But it's super cute. Anything that hangs over, you could just cut that off. Okay, let's put the bottom on first. And then we'll measure for our blue fireworks after we put all this down. The only thing with the white, you do got to make sure you keep your fingers a little bit clean, but that's why I use this. I don't like anything coming off my fingers onto the cardstock, especially the white. And art glitter glue, you know how it gets flaky? It drives me crazy. Now we'll just center this on the red. Then we'll pop up the little puppy when we get our odds and ends, and that'll look so cute. Okay, and then I left a little bit of the white, an eighth of an inch. And we'll measure the top. So for the top, now I'm going to leave a little space there. So I'm going to cut mine at 2 3/4 by 5 7/8. Well, I'm going to start out at 3 though, because it's easier to take some off than it is to put it back. And 5 7/8. Oh wow, that's way too long. Don't know how to measure. So let's start by taking an eighth off. Okay, 2 7/8 is, or for me, mine's 2 3/4. And then it will hide the rest of that hinge. And then we're going to put the word summer across the top. And then I'll tape this out and just leave it here. But I did put foam tape across here. And I need to get the roll because it's easier to go across with the roll. And I'll have that for decorating purposes. Summer will sit right there at the top. And that will be the front of that page. And here I'm going to use the fireworks again. And we just want to cut 1 1/4, and it's the same 8 3/8 as the page. I use this side. I go backwards. So 1 1/4 and 8 3/8. Round your corners if you did. And matting, man, it's just amazing how your page comes to life. That's what I love about this. Your story, it tells such a story when you start decorating. And you can just look at it and know that's going to be my firework picture, or, summer, that's going to be our first summer picture or something fun like that. So I'm going to take advantage of my file folder here. I'll pop summer in there so I don't have to go looking for it. We're going to put that inside, and we'll get these matted. I still have not. And now we're going to do the back side. And the back side is, I think, really cute. We have some photo mats going on here. We're going to double mat this page using the light blue and the plaid, and this red we're going to be using the heart on hearts with the flags on the other side. And these we're going to be able to use because I'll be able to do that part of decorating because I have them, or you can just slip them into your file folder until your other parts come. But we want to start with the light blue that's in, if you have your kit. If you don't have a kit and whatever you're using, just use a coordinating color. And that's going to measure 7.5 by 8 3/8. And like I mentioned, we do have some of these kits. I think there's 2 available. I can actually make more. We just need to get the ephemera here is all. So our page is 7 inches. Yes. So we're going to cut this at 6 7/8. And then we're going to cut it at 8 3/8. So one side is textured, one's not quite. I like the texture to be up. Then we're going to use that plaid from our fireworks. And I'm going to cut that. Let's get a good measurement so I don't cut that one at 6 1/4 by 8. So I'm going to cut the 8 first. So I have a nice big piece. And then 6 1/4. I can never figure it out that way. I have to go this way, and then I take off my 1/4 of an inch. Oh, good night, Judy. Oh, gotta go make dinner. We had a late pizza today, so I'm like, I'm not fixing dinner. And that works for me. You know, let's take another eighth of an inch off the bottom. Doesn't quite look even. Oh, good night, Janice. You're going night-night too? You do get up early. Or is Judy just saying good night to Janice? I need to just stop watching the comments, don't I? There, that looks better. Let's round this outside corner. I know, ignore the comments and just keep working, right? Okay, I'm going to round them over my garbage can. Janice, you have been really ambitious lately. I've seen more of you in these last 2 weeks than I've seen you all year. But I'm loving it because I love seeing you. I love seeing all of you. All right. See how pretty that is. But, no, we don't have to. Is that a little bit too big? I'm going to take an eighth off this. It's just a hair too big. I don't know why. That human error. You know how you look at it and look too big, and then you look at it again and it wasn't too big? But that's okay. It looks really good. Again, light color, use your rag so you don't get your fingers. Oh, I hate when you get that little dirty mark and you can't get it off because of our fingers, just natural oils. That glue to the bottom. Well, maybe this is looking devious. Oh, no, see, it's up there. I could tell. Look, we have to get our edges down because it's like you and your jeans on the hem, or after you wash them, they're folded up. That's what it feels like. It drives me crazy. It's when my edges aren't down. There we go. And I'm telling you, this warm weather, it's drying fast. Okay, photo mats. And we're going to cut our first red backing at 5.5 by 4.25. So that's going to be our bigger one. That's that other piece. So 5.5 long. Tiffany, I did not see Tanya. That is weird. Did she even pop in? I hope everything's okay. Then our white photo mat is going to be 4 1/4 by 5. Oh, hi, Tanya. I didn't see you. I mean, you don't have to be here. I just wanted to make sure everything's okay. See, I didn't think I measured that right. Oh, let me cut this off at 4. Then I'll give you the measurements again. There we go. Let me give you the proper measurements. Okay, your red, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. 5 by 3 3/4 is the white. So that's going to go up at the top. Then we need to make 2 small ones with the red, and those we are going to cut at 2 3/4 by 3. 2 3/4. Boy, it always looks smaller until you put them on there. And the length is 3. Okay, so with these being 2 3/4 by 3, let's grab our white. I'm going to cut this at 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. So those little 2 by 2 pictures, or oops, it goes this way. Or you'll just cut down where there's no, border. What did I just cut that at? 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. Okay, we'll get our photo mats done. We just have one page left, so that's where we'll get is to this last page tonight and the back pocket. So not bad, not bad. So we do have 3 more. We're going to have to do about 3 more classes. And a lot of you will have your kit already and you'll be caught up. So that is just fine. So depending on how the weekend goes, I might I might pop on here and we'll do a little bit more. We'll see. Oh, never mind. The weekend's not. I forgot we have two grandkids' birthdays and we have Father's Day. That's right. So we have, yeah, we'll just see. Let's clean up any glue. Can tell now that was a little off by the hearts. Whoa, drying fast. I hate when that happens. See, I got a little piece of paper in there. All right, let's put these down. So I'm just going to center that about 1/4 of an inch from the top of my plaid matting. And our two little mats down here at the bottom, kind of off centering the big one. Okay, now for this one, I used the Chit Chat. And, oh, you know what? These postage stamps might be in here. I used Home of the Brave. And then I did use a firework. And then I used a circle, which was the star down here at the bottom and a blue firework. And I don't know where the fireworks are because they're not popping up at me. Some of the fireworks are in the other package. I'm not seeing any here. They are in the other package that you'll be getting. So we'll hold off on that. But I'll go ahead and set these aside. And see, I don't even have any left from my original one. We used tons. So just to kind of give you an idea, this will be on pop dots. We'll pop our foam dots. We'll pop that up on foam so that your pictures will slide under. And this is on foam tape. and I put across here, and then I put a firework. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those so I don't have to look for them again. Right in our file with summer, and they're going to be ready to go. Okay, hey, we're getting there. We just have these two to go, and super easy because this is just the blue stars. We're going to do the red hearts, and then on this back side is just a gray. This is the one that we did the magnet on. And we already had cut into the hearts, but we're going to need the second sheet. We'll need that. You're going to need this piece. We are going to use, like I said, a gray. And we need those stars. Now, this is where we do cut into this again. But we also need a piece for the pocket. So, yeah, this is the one we're going to use because the second sheet we're going to use for the back page. Now this we keep for this. This is only going to be used. The rest of it is going to be used for this. We may use a piece or part where we've already used this, but this one you can set aside. We won't cut into it. And then I did use the gray. And on the inside of the pocket, I did use the darker gray. You have a dark gray and a light gray. And I did the back side of the pocket in the gray. Okay. But again, you can definitely use, you have enough that you can use anything that you want. And then we do use a piece of the stars. Just for our inside matting. And we should have that already cut into that. And we'll find that in just a minute. We're going to cut these pieces first. Okay. Now I also put a red stripe here. So let me get you the measurements. Okay. So the first one, let me cut this off. We're going to cut this at 4 5/8. And then 8 3/8. Sorry, just a moment. Homer, get up off the floor. He's crazy. Okay. So this is going to go over here to the right. And then I did do a red strip here. And we're going to put this down and then we're going to measure it. Now we'll cut a piece to cover, but I wanted to break that red up. Break it up and add that solid red. So we've got 1 1/4 by 8 3/8. We're going to take it from this back side. And I may take, no, I don't know. Let's see. I would think I need to take some off, but then I don't. No, I think that'll be fine. Okay. And I said for in here, I use stars, but it's those little mini ones. Whoops. And it's from this guy. One side's the postage, one side's that. And we just need to cut another 1¼ inch. And then 8 3/8. Make sure before I add glue that it's going to fit. I can't tell. I'm looking out the window and the dogs are stalking something. That's why I was quiet for a moment. I'm trying to see what they're looking at and going after. I did not realize beagles will point. We have one that points. And when he's pointing, something's out there. Probably a bird. Beagles are bunny dogs, but my bunny dogs think they're bird dogs. It's really quite funny. Okay, our flap is the 4 3/4, and mine's going to be a little bit shorter than 8 1/2, but I'll cut it at 8. Well, I'll cut it 8 3/8 and then trim it from there. Four and 3/4, and I'm going to cut that gray because you really don't see the inside, and I thought this is really nice. You can write on it. No, it's 4 3/4, so we want to cut it 4 5/8, I believe. Nope, don't cut nothing. Let's double check. You know the rules. Measure 100 times before you cut. Yeah, 4 5/8. Oh, and also we've got 2 winners. So I'm going to cut this because a lot of times we get done, we're like, woohoo, we're done, we're getting off. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off this, and I'm going to tell you we've been kind of doing the thing, Jan Palmer on our design team has created these acrylics, and I did show them early on. And one is the set of fireworks. Remember the acrylic fireworks? And then one was the set of acrylic when you're making mini albums, and she shows how to use them in her new album. So we've got two winners. Monica Katz won the fireworks. Those will be mailed out to you. And Tommy Lee Davis, you've won the mini album spacers that are the super shiny and pretty. So Tommy Lee Davis and the fireworks are going to Monica Katz. I need to write your names on there. There, now I can't forget because we are just going to do the back side of this, and our pages are matted and done, and that's where um, we'll leave you guys tonight with your pages all matted. See, in that gray, it's nice, and you can write on this with like a white acrylic pen. I mean, a white gel pen. Now I've got acrylic and acetate on the brain. Ooh, no, that's why he's getting a bark collar. Okay, now we're going to do the same for the front, but we are using we're using these because these are just bright, happy, and we love them. So 4 5/8. Now I did take an 1/8 off of that, so because this was cut a little bit shorter, I'm going to cut this then at. I'm cutting mine just a hair over 8 5/8. What did I just do? I didn't cut it long enough. Well, guess what? Mine's going to be pieced. Oops. I cut mine at 7 5/8. Okay, it's supposed to be 8 5/8, but that's okay. We do have an ice cream truck there instead of mine being all the way down. That's what I get for talking. I'm looking for a piece that's small that I don't have to cut too much off of. We're going to add some red. It'll match that. I can't believe I did that, but it happens. So 5/8 of an inch, and then I'll cut it the 4 5/8. So oops. And then we'll have our cute little ice cream truck there. Okay, around that corner and around the top. there it is. I was looking right at it. Oh, Charlotte, no. Oh, she's chewing on my bag. No, honey. Did I just really do that? I cut the wrong corner. Okay, let's do this again. I've kept you guys a long time. I'm so sorry. And here I thought we were going to zoom through this. But that's what Friday nights are for. Okay, so you get the gist what's going there. I obviously can't get it cut correctly right now, so I will come back and put my little strip there, and we will do the back side. What have I done? You know what I did? I didn't just do that. I covered my hinge. Are you kidding me? Yes, I did. Well, that probably wasn't very smart. I sure did. I went over the hinge. Okay, well, I will work that too. And it will now become part of the fold. But we'll play with that later. Well, don't do that, guys. Okay, backside. Now we are going to go to that red plaid that we talked about. And it should be, it's going to be your posy page. Oh, get my papers all together. There we go. Okay, so we've already cut into it. Now you've got plenty to fit this page. Yeah, I went right over that hinge. And hence why I don't give my books away. Because I mess them up. Okay, 7 inches. So 6 7/8. And this is the last part. We are doing good. 6 7/8 by 8 3/8 is the length. Then, so let's go ahead and just put this down. Okay, that's starting to relax. Kind of creasing it up, but I'll be able to go over it with my knife once it gets all bent up. And then I can cut it off the rest of the way. Okay, let's grab our cute little cut aparts. And we're going to cut off Family Fun. Get that bottom better. And once we cut these apart, I'll just set them all aside because, like I mentioned, we are going to be using these on the other side. And okay, this will just like that. We're going to put that down, and then we're going to cut our photo mats. Great journaling space. You could put pictures in there if you want, but just great for journaling. Okay, now let's get our stars. So from this page, we want to cut 2 photo mats that are going to be 3 by 4. Actually, I think this one, it's so 3. You want just the whole number by 4. And 4. Now, the white, when you were cutting your pages, you should have had tons of these left. That one's a little smashed. So let me get a different one from my stash here. See, we had all these when we cut the pages. And those are what make great photo mats. So I'm going to cut it at 3 7/8, 2 of them, by 2 7/8. And let's see. No, we want a little bit more border. So I'm not even taking, I'm just going to take a hair off. There's not, I mean, it's a 16th measurement. So I'm just basically taking a 16th off each side, or just putting it in the cutter slot there. There we go. So, oops, I'll just back from 3 7/8. I just backed it down a 16th on my cutter. Or you can go a full 1/8 and just make it 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 if you want more border, showing them that. And this will end up being our barbecue page, because I did use the barbecue grill here. And that will need to go more to the top. This one will go. So they'll basically go down up to the top and to the bottom of your matting. So let's put those down, and then that's where I'm going to leave you. We're not going to do this back pocket because we've been on 2.5 hours. Time flies, doesn't it? Almost 2.5 hours by the time we're done. And then when we pick up, we'll get our pockets and just that back done. That won't take us very long. So I might sneak on this weekend and do those, just so that we can say we've got the inside done. Because I'm thinking that will take us an hour. I'll have everything pre-cut. You did good. You did good, Janice. Okay, let's just put these down. I promise we won't stay up so late, or I'll start a half hour early. So once I'm just going to match it to the top. No, we're going to need to go a little bit over. I was going to try and match it with my cut apart, but no, no, no. It's going to be too long if we do. So bring it almost to the top. Get those edges down. And then this will have to go almost to the bottom. Let's take the opportunity to make sure it's flat. Voila, there we go. Okay, we have done the whole inside. Like I said, what I'll do now is just, oh, that's not a knife. I'll just use my knife though, and I'm going to cut that. You can see how it's sticking up because I went right over that hinge piece. And can't believe I did that. So just like wallpaper, we're going to be very gentle. Somebody's barking in his sleep. And there they all go. Wow. Cannot believe I did that. See, I'm not pushing very hard at all. I almost threw that in the garbage. Then, and it does look a little jaggedy. So once it gets dry, oh, well, it is dry. Oh, I don't think I need to put anything there. I'll probably run just a little silver, some silver cardstock, maybe glitter on that edge to detract, but it's fine. And now, oh, there we go. See, much better, much better. Cool. So we're all done with the inside, except for decorating, which we'll come back and do after we get our goodies in. So, okay, guys, that's where we're gonna leave for the evening. But at least we got the majority of that done. So I'll tie my little book up, set her aside, and oh, let's put this back in. Put all those fun memories in there. I love little file folders. I love these 4th of July books. Wait till we start decorating it. Like I told you, it's going to be like playing paper dolls when you start decorating this book. And then we've got the inside, which will be super fun, but I will get everything pre-cut for that and laid out for you. Yes, good night to all of the crafty friends. Sleep tight and have a fabulous start of your weekend. Good night, everyone.